It is The Riot on RadioU. Hi, and happy Monday.
Hi, everybody. You just sound so, like, I don't know, shy.
Sometimes I feel like I'm leaving a voicemail when we start this off.
Well, are you meaning like you're phoning it into the voicemail?
It's Hudson just checking in.
Just whenever
you get a chance, give me a call back. Yep. And, just wanted to touch base.
Well, it actually does seem like maybe an older relative who's just checking in and telling you everything that's going on for the day.
I don't want to think about that.
Well, Isaia plays the part of the elderly relative who's going to tell us what happened this morning.
Yeah, so this morning, one of the things you guys talked about was some of the Turkey Hill mystery ice cream flavor. Right?
You want to try it?
Yes, I do. I do want to try it.
You want to go get it?
Well, it's upon you to go find it.
Hey, I love Turkey Hill. I'm a frequent flyer at Turkey Hill.
Oh, yeah?
But you guys talked a little bit about like the Mountain Dew Voodoo that we tried a while ago.
Yeah.
And you guys did you ever figure out what the flavor was?
No, that's what.
Well, it's not hard. You just Google it.
Yeah.
Like,
but we never confirmed
year.
Our suspicions, whatever our suspicions even were. What did we say? Sweet tarts?
We said like sweet tarts was like
everybody says sweet tarts every year.
Yeah, exactly.
Taste, yeah.
And if you remember, I think the year before was like some sort of like fruit explosion or something was
Starburst.
Yes,
because it's not officially any candy.
It's not.
And we were like, that's so vague. And this year's, I looked it up.
As in like 2022?
The one we just tried.
Or the one, okay, so the past one.
Was fruit candy chews.
Yeah. Oh, like nerds.
So Starburst.
Starburst?
Just candy, I guess. Anything.
It could be now or later's. It could be, who knows?
Literally just candy. And so like we were talking about how like vague the last one was, and it felt like it was the exact same thing as this year's, but it was really good, though.
But I wonder with the ice cream, again, will they go like sugary candy or will they go chocolatey or what will it actually be?
There's so many possibilities, and the only way to find out
is if Isaia goes and gets
it. Hey, Turkey Hill's one of the doable ones for us.
Isn't it right over there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them around here. There's a lot of them around
me
as well.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
That's positive thinking right there.
Track that down for us. We also talked a little bit about the sports that happened over this past weekend. Did some NFL talk. Talked about how the college football national championship is tonight.
Yep.
And there's not really anything going on in the NFL outside of everyone's prepping for the playoffs. Nothing really matters. And we kind of circle back to Hudson wants the Packers to win, and then in college football, he doesn't care unless Ohio State's playing, and he doesn't want them to win.
I feel like we're at the very end, and it's not like you guys are getting tired of football.
No, I'm tired.
I don't feel that, but I feel like there's nothing going on right now until,
Spoken like a true non-football fan.
Hey, no,
there's
Nikki,
nothing
you're right.
going
you're
on.
as excited
Nikki,
as you are in other weeks.
What?
You're right.
I was so excited. Yesterday was there was great finishes. 1:00. We've got a big upset, and the Steelers game goes to overtime. Then 4:00 games, the Niners game goes to overtime. Mm-hmm. The Saints get kicked out of the playoffs right at the last minute. And then the Sunday night, there was so much going on.
Now listen, this right now, you had more energy than you did the whole morning.
During the show.
About it. So that's why I felt differently.
Nikki was like, what happened with the Packers game? Hudson goes, We lost.
They
We lost, but it doesn't even matter.
Because that game, that one didn't matter. That is
so
that
you're
is
not
accurate.
giving me any of that spark that you just had right now.
And then she asked me what happened with the Browns. I said, we won, but it didn't matter. So
asking the wrong questions.
Yeah,
you should.
I feel like right now it doesn't matter, and I don't know what the matter point is. Is that like once you get to the Super Bowl? I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
Well, the Packers have one more week of not mattering. They don't even have a game because they're so good. So
we'll
good.
Circle back.
They don't even need to play this week.
Okay, you guys just tell me because I don't know.
We'll let you know when it matters again. Yeah, we talked about that, and then we also circled back and talked about some fruits and veggies, some good food talk. Hudson offended some listeners.
Oh, my gosh.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yes.
If you say I said something offensive, even if it's not offensive, that makes people think it's offensive. And that's helpful. That drives up the numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Drives up engagement. That's all I want.
That's in the very back of the podcast. So now they'll make it to the very end. They'll be like, where's the offend people?
Yeah.
So they'll hang on the whole time.
And then you'll listen all the way through and you'll be like, he didn't say anything
I think
offensive.
I've been offended by guys too much because what happens whenever you two do something, I usually get text messages or messages of like, they're like, are you okay? Did they really bother you? Is it okay? Or like, do we need to say something? And I'm always like, I don't care.
Should we say something?
Oh, no, but that's the worst of all. You've been desensitized
Yeah, I know.
to our abuse.
Aww.
I know, it's even worse. So it's whenever that we, as in when I say we, I mean Hudson and I
men?
say anything that has to do with females, that's usually when controversy
I just
arises.
love that you guys speak up the most then.
I know.
I think that's really
We're like, well, this is kind of what women think. So
Yes.
we
Football,
know.
you're being quieter.
Yeah, I know.
And women's rights, you're really
Yeah.
being loud.
Football, we're like, well, it doesn't really matter. When it's like, did women eat fruits and veggies? We're like, they do.
Okay.
They eat them.
Well, I just love it. So listen to that part and really enjoy it. Absorb it. You know, it'll
Yeah,
be
suck
good.
that in.
And share your own thoughts with us
Guys.
on that, but only if you're a woman. only women are allowed to have an opinion on that story.
Exactly.
At least you're saying that.
Yeah.
Well, include your thoughts and your opinions to 877-2 RadioU. Make sure you text and say hi, and hopefully you guys are having a great start to the week.
And we will catch you next time.
Bye.
If they keep talking long enough,
They're bound to say something that you agree with.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
The good people at Arbys have found the way to my heart with two words that I love.
What is it?
Free
Yeah?
and spicy.
Hey.
I'm in. You give me those two things, I don't even need to ask many more questions.
Well, is the item, so what are they giving that's free?
The item is the new spicy Diablo Dare sandwiches that they have.
Oh, the new spicy chicken sandwich.
You can go with the chicken sandwich option, or you could go with brisket instead. And these sandwiches, they say, are so spicy that you need a something to extinguish the heat. And that's why you get a free snack size milkshake
it's
included.
It's a free vanilla milkshake.
Yeah.
It's the most basic of basics.
Well,
but at least it's still free.
It's a free milkshake, and you need something to cool you down.
So it's not a regular size. It's like a small little snippet.
Well, you know, the sandwiches start at $5.99, and you can't give a sandwich and a giant milkshake away for $5.99.
That's what I'd go through and be like, yeah, but can we substitute that out for the larger?
Oh, you know, everybody's
is,
doing that. They're like, I'm getting the
specialty
milkshake
shake.
anyways. How much is the upcharge to get it to make it a Jamocha shake?
Hey, the sandwich, so the Diablo Dare looks good.
Doesn't
it's got
it?
Pepper jack cheese made with ghost peppers.
Yeah.
The bun is infused with chili flakes, and it's got a Diablo barbecue sauce, so it looks delicious.
Topped with fiery seasoning and roasted jalapenos.
Yeah, I think I'd try the brisket one first.
You think?
Yeah, maybe more than the chicken
I don't know
sandwich.
how spicy would work so well with brisket. You
it
know?
all will work.
I think, I mean, this is an entry into the chicken sandwich wars. They just keep getting drawn out. And this entry is not going to be for everybody, but it might be for me.
Yeah, I'd go in and be like, also, could you just remove all the spicy stuff?
Right.
I would just like the
I
chicken
just want the free
sandwich
milkshake.
And then the free milkshake,
Yeah.
but I don't want the cheese. I don't want the sauce. I'll just take it plain.
I mean, they can't like do that, right?
Yeah, they can.
No, I mean, like, they can't say no.
You're
They can't
right.
say no if you just I don't want the cheese. It sounds too spicy. I don't want the toppings. I don't want any of the sauce.
No
I'll just take
lettuce.
chicken. The lettuce, maybe.
No,
want to be
no.
healthy. It's a new year.
Not for me. No
No,
lettuce,
no
no
lettuce.
mayo, and I want it on a regular bun.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, I just want the free milkshake at the end of the day.
So if you're interested in the Diablo Dare, that is Arby's new spicy chicken sandwich, and they're giving you a free snacky size of the vanilla milkshake with it, and it goes until February 6th.
Yeah, while supplies last.
That one would be a
which
fun
means
one to
it's already
try.
sold out. We know all too well. You're not
And
getting it.
Order ahead because I don't want to wait in line while they figure out how to assemble the Diablo Dare.
For sure.
The Riot Podcast.
Radio U.
The college football playoff championship was last night.
Late last night.
It was very late. Georgia and Alabama. And if you're not going to believe this if you went to bed at halftime, but it was actually a great game.
Just after that.
At least it had a good 15 minutes of action.
Good finish. It was a good finish.
It was very exciting for some time. So here's what happened. Here's where the game turned. It was like they were kicking field goals back and forth. At halftime, it was like 9-3, something like that for Alabama. And but there was a big play. I think it was in the third quarter. Georgia had the ball in their own territory. Their quarterback, he's about to get sacked. He's running backwards, and he just kind of he's going to the ground. He just kind of flings the ball up. It gets knocked out of his hand, and at first you see it and you think, oh, just he got rid of the ball, incomplete pass, whatever. But it turns out the referees ruled that a fumble. And the guy from Alabama happened to just, it went far from the quarterback, but this other defender happened to be near the ball and just picks it up as he's running out of bounds. Sure enough, they rule that an Alabama recovery of a fumble. Mm-hmm. And again, when you watch it at first, you're like, there's no way that's a fumble and a recovery. And then you watch the replay and you're like, oh my goodness. And that was the moment. And every other, if you're a college football fan, that's the moment. Alabama's going to beat Georgia. There's no coming back from Georgia now. Defensive game. Alabama gets the ball on like the 30-yard line. They're going to score a touchdown, take the lead. It's donezo for Georgia, right? Not so fast. Not so fast. After that, Georgia trudges down the field. Some great plays by their quarterback, Stetson Bennett. He had a great game, at least definitely a great close to the game. They take the lead, get the touchdown, miss the 2-point conversion, so now they're up by 1 point. And then Alabama, this is their chance to drive down the field. And believe it or not, Georgia pick 6 to get that extra touchdown that they needed to close out the game. So Georgia is your national champion.
That sounds like a McDonald's meal thing, a pick 6.
A pick 6, yeah. You get 6 items or your money back.
They're $1 each.
Yeah.
So it was 38-18. And is this true then? 41-year title drought for them.
Yep.
And it was a 7-game losing streak to Alabama. So that was a big win for them.
They've overcome their demons.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a pretty good game. At the end of it, though, I felt bad for the quarterback of Alabama, who had won the Heisman, but in the biggest game of the year,
I kind of went.
He kind of struggled a little. He kind of struggled a little bit. I mean, he had the 2 turnovers, and he threw the ball 57 times, which is an unreal amount.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Especially for an Alabama quarterback too. Usually they're able to ground and pound the ball out, but this year not so much in the title game. He had a solid game, but at the end of the day, just couldn't get down.
Yeah, that pick 6 killed him.
Yeah, and then also they had some big wide receivers go down too for them as well. Jameson Williams got hurt early in the first quarter, so they were missing a couple weapons, but Georgia ended up getting the win, which I was happy for. I was cheering for Georgia.
So you watched the whole game?
So I watched until like midway through the third quarter, and then I was like, man, I was upset because I wanted it to be a good game, but at halftime when it was like 9-6, I was like, can we do something here? I love defense and all, but goodness gracious, it's been like 7 field goals. I'm like, I want to stay up, but I couldn't. They didn't convince me early enough where I just went to bed.
I wish I could see numbers for people, for the viewers, because I feel like that's what everybody did. Everybody left a little early. Because it was so boring, because I didn't even make it to the halftime point. And then we're all waking up today going, oh my gosh.
You just hate football. That's the thing.
My God.
You just don't know what real football is.
We're supposed to get more sleep than we do.
Yeah. I was like, is this worth it?
You know what?
I was like, no.
I thought to myself, I sincerely did think this last night. You got every night of your life to get sleep. There's one championship game a year that's on a weeknight. You can stay up an extra hour and watch the game, and you don't have to complain like an old man the next day. You just watch the whole game. You experience it. You're not going to get another national championship for a whole year. You're going to get an extra hour of sleep tomorrow night if you need it.
I agree, but why can't they put it a little earlier and stop with the halftime stuff?
Yeah. Oh, the halftime was ridiculous.
Oh, it's so long. And also, I feel like every other night I'm getting 3 hours of sleep. So the last night I was like, oh, well. I'm like, this isn't the night. But I try to make it kind of like Hudson said. I try to say I have a case to stay up late every third night. Like, well, it's like a good Thursday night football game. I probably should stay up for this one. And then I get 3 hours of sleep every other day. So last night, not so much.
You argue for the less sleep for a lame Thursday. What, the Jaguars and the Titans, but then the college football championships comes around and you can't watch the whole thing.
It just didn't tickle my fancy. It just wasn't. This year just didn't do it for me. So.
Yeah.
Well, that was it last night, 33-18 for Georgia beating out Alabama. Believe it or not, for the college football playoff final.
Congratulations to Georgia
and to everybody who stayed up to watch the entire thing.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy dandy fast forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, I have to confess, yesterday we were planning on doing an after show.
There was supposed to be the Beyond Chicken from KFC.
Yep.
That was the one they were testing for a bit, and it was supposed to be its national release yesterday.
It was supposed to be. But now I turn the floor to Isaia to explain.
Who went out?
Which I guess it makes it sound like it's Isaiah's fault. It's not Isaiah's fault.
It is not my fault. And if you are a KFC within a mile of the radio station, I have it out for you.
Because believe it or not, we have quite a few around us.
Yeah, there was like 3 that were in reasonable driving distance. And the first one I went to, I was like, oh, it's just right down the road, whatever. I get there like right when they open, which I know is never really a good idea to get there right when they open because they're never ready. They're never ready. I pull into the drive-thru. I have to be the very first customer. The guy who's there is very upset to be at work.
Aww.
Very, very upset. And so I said, I pulled up the window. He's like, you're going to have to give me a couple minutes. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. I'll just sit here.
That's what he says right off
the rip. I sit down. He goes, you're going to have to give me a couple minutes.
He's
okay.
not ready?
He's not ready. And then he comes back and he said, if you're paying with credit card, I can't take it. And so in my mind, I think that he was just trying to push me away.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what are they not going to take credit cards all
exactly.
day? Come on.
And so then I was like, I'm actually paying with cash.
Hey.
So. And then he's like, okay, give me a couple more minutes. I'm like, okay. And so then he walks away. It's gone. And this is probably like...
He thought he had ya.
He did. Like 12 minutes go by. I'm still sitting there at the drive-thru. He comes back and I said, do you guys have like he said, I'm ready for you. I said, do you guys have like the Beyond Chicken? And he acted like he didn't even know what it was. I don't even know what he said back. He was like, I don't think we have that, man. and I was like, it's like some new item supposed to come out today. He was like, we don't have it yet.
No.
So then I was like, thank you for your time. So then I was like, okay, next one to go. I called them and I'm like, hey, do you guys have it? And they said yes.
Hey.
And so I'm like,
All
okay,
right.
locked in. Here we go. I drive like 8 more minutes down the road, whatever. Get there. I pull up to the window. The same woman I had just talked to on the phone. Not 5 minutes later, she goes, I pull up to the window and she says, we're not going to have chicken ready for at least 30 minutes. We're short-staffed. And I was like, I just talked to you on the phone. Why would you let me drive here if you guys are not ready to even serve chicken?
What? Did you say, I don't want chicken. I want Beyond Chicken.
I want the fake chicken.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think if
Is
you
that
would have
ready?
done that might have escalated it.
Yeah.
So when people are short-staffed, they get mad.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would just, you needed to escalate it.
You
I
don't.
was like, why didn't you tell me on the phone? Like, yeah, we have it, but just so you know,
30
if you
minutes.
were planning on getting it anytime soon, you probably should wait. And so then
Right.
I called one more.
I'm surprised they honestly answered.
Yeah, and so then I called another one, and they said they don't have it till tomorrow, which is today now.
Right.
But and then I drove back angrily because this turned into like a 40-minute process,
Yeah.
and I just drove back to work empty-handed, watching the door. Cindy was like, "You didn't get it?" I was like, "Don't talk to me, Cindy. Stay
It's
away
not
from
my
me."
fault. It's all these workers. So you want to try it tomorrow? I don't want to do it today because
No.
they're not going to be ready yet.
No.
We got to give them some time.
So for KFC, I think we might try the Beyond Chicken tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess tomorrow. I was just, it's
Or
sad.
we'll do the Arbys spicy,
Well,
the Diablo
you
chicken.
can go to the close KFC, and if they burn us again,
They spit in my mouth again.
yep, and then
no.
we'll just
I won't have
find
it.
a new lover. It'll be Arby's.
They're going to make you wait for 30 minutes in
Yes.
the line
Yeah.
and then say no.
right,
Yeah.
and then
Say
spit in
no.
your mouth.
Yeah, tomorrow, if I go to KFC and I fail again, I'm gonna be. I might make a scene. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
upset. I'm gonna be thoroughly
Well,
upset.
don't make a scene on our time.
Of course
'cause
not, of course
I
not.
don't want it to be Isaiah from RadioU. I want it just to be Isaiah.
Okay, I feel like I have a lot more merit if I say Isaiah from Radio. I'm like,
Like,
so you know,
listen.
Don't
who
you
you're
know
talking
I
to.
am? Yeah.
I will complain about
Yes.
you on the radio.
See,
Yes.
I was just so sad because I'm not excited about Beyond Meat, but for some reason I was excited about
try
the
it.
Beyond
I was
KFC
too.
yesterday, and now all of that excitement has been killed.
Mm-hmm.
All of my enthusiasm, and however good that chicken might taste, it won't be good enough to wash the bitter taste out of my mouth that they've left with their failure and their unpreparedness.
Well, I feel like last night during the championship game in our area, Eric wanted some Taco Bell because that's what you do, I guess.
Yes. Of
course.
And he wanted to try, he found the crispy chicken wings that they're
Ooh,
still
yeah.
testing until tomorrow. And of course, you get the order all in, you're all ready, you picked out a sauce and all that stuff. And then they're like, oh, it's not actually, you can't get it at this location.
Oh,
And
my
I feel
gosh.
like when it comes to these restaurants that are doing all these fun sort of foods to test and try,
Yeah.
this is not the time to do it because there's no workers to try the testing.
Yes.
They're
Or-
not making them. They're out of it. They're mad about it. Like, stop coming out with fun things.
You can't
'Cause you
put
can't get 'em.
like commercials out and news stories saying, "Look at this new thing we've got, and here's the day you can get it."
Yeah.
When know full well that there's no way 90% of your locations are actually going to be ready to serve it on that first day. Just do a what do they call a soft launch?
Soft launch?
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you try that? Try
Because
that strategy.
Your place can't even run the credit card machine, and it's about 30 minutes till chicken. So.
Yeah.
So we'll see about tomorrow.
Stop
We'll
making
try-
promises you can't keep. All right?
Exactly.
But see, that's not even like new promises. That's just normal KFC
Yeah.
promises.
We want to have chicken for 30 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing for 30
minutes.
Like, did you just show up or you don't have anything prepared at all?
And pay by cash if you don't mind.
Yes.
So we'll see about tomorrow. We might do an after show and try at lunchtime the KFC Beyond Chicken, or we won't.
And I'll end this on one last note. This would never happen at Popeyes or Chick-fil-A.
All right, hang on. Have you not
Likely.
waited in line at Popeyes for like 2 days?
Because it's so popular.
No.
And Chick-fil-A, same
That's
thing.
not
But they
it.
always
Oh my
have what you
gosh.
want.
Nope.
They always take care of. They always take care of Papa.
Every place has a problem.
This is The Riot.
Radio U.
Have you seen the game that is taking the world by storm?
So is this the Wordle thing?
It is.
So I can't tell, and you guys might have to help us out, is sometimes don't you feel like the articles that I've seen about Wordle, is it fed by Wordle
No, I don't think it is.
to make it seem like, is it popular because it's just trying to be pushed at us, or is it popular because people are actually playing
Oh,
it?
no. I saw a lot more people playing it before I saw any articles
A lot
about
of the
it.
news stuff about it?
Yeah,
All
I don't know.
right.
Maybe it might be a Twitter thing because you don't really use Twitter, right?
No, just
I
to
see-
retweet Radio U for anything we have going on.
I see a lot of people that are constantly sharing the. If you see them share the little grids on Wordle where it'll have, or on Twitter where it'll have the green and yellow squares.
Yeah, I haven't
and you're
seen
like,
it.
what does that mean? Oh, that's Wordle, and people have been doing that for a while. And at first, I didn't know what it was about, but now it is really taken off. Wordle is a word, and here's why I say that I don't think they're promoting anything because the game is free. There's no ads. You can only play once a day, so it's not designed like one of those games where you have to keep coming back, keep checking in on your farm, or keep checking in, getting more Candy Crushers, or I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Nothing's
know.
for
I don't
free,
know about
though.
any of those. No, Wordle is free.
So you
and that's
think-
why people love it.
All it takes is one word a day.
So you haven't to do what?
I don't know. It just seems ominous when you say it that way.
Yeah, I guess it does. So
It's-
you haven't played Wordle.
I
Are
have
you
not.
intrigued?
No, not really. Because again, if it's fed through Twitter, I'm just not there
No,
enough.
you don't have to play on Twitter. It's just people. That's what. Okay, so Wordle it's a word game.
Mm-hmm.
You get to play once a day. You get one crack at it. It takes like 5 minutes to play. I just tried it out for the first time, and so what they do is you get 6 guesses to come up with the word. And it is a 5-letter word. It will include I suppose that the 5 letters are unique. It's not going to have the same
They're all
letter
random.
repeating. Yeah. But what you do is you type in any 5-letter word. It has to be a real word. And then it'll tell you if it's a green square, it means that letter is in the word and you got it in the right spot. If it's a yellow letter, that means it's in the word, but you got it in the wrong spot. And then you have to go down by process of elimination. You have 6 guesses, 6 words you get to type in, try to figure out what the word is.
Did you get it?
I did not get it. I was 1 letter off.
Are you hooked now?
You know what? It's
Is your heart beating faster?
yeah,
Are you
it's
sweating?
It's fun enough, and it's very quick. Like I just played. You didn't even realize I was playing, did you?
I thought you were working.
Yeah, You heard me over here typing. You're like, wow, Hudson's really getting after something. No,
I guess
was
he found something really important.
figuring out the Wordle, and I was so close. But so it is simple. So I understand the appeal of just you go in, you check in once a day, and boom, it's Here's what I don't get because why people are sharing their scores on Twitter. Why like that is what takes it to the next level of phenomenon. Because people play all kinds of games. But they don't always share what they're doing on the game. Like if you get a really good score in some other thing, you don't share it on your Twitter.
But I think it says that everyone playing the game is trying to guess the same word.
Yeah.
So I guess people go to social media to show like their score,
Yeah.
or they say you can easily get spoilers.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So maybe watch out
It's
for
still
that.
early in the morning, so I'm not going to tell you what the word is.
Well, you're done. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, is anybody else doing the Wordle thing? I don't need anything else right now.
It's so simple though. It distracts you from the rest of life. While I was over here playing Wordle, I couldn't hear a word you were saying. Were you talking to me? I didn't even know.
I want a bigger distraction. I want something that will last more than just the one time a day for 5 minutes. I want more Wordles a day.
I bet you if you go on, see, this is the thing, just like, remember Flappy Bird?
Yeah.
Remember Flappy Bird, and that was free, and we can't just have something for free, so, Flappy Bird got taken away, but then they made, like, all of the fake versions of Flappy Bird, and those all had ads. And I'm sure if you go on the Apple Store or the Play Store right now, there's going to be a million Wordles, and they all have ads, and they're all not the same. But at least they would let you play over and over and over again. But it wouldn't be the same because it's not the communal experience you're having with everybody else trying to guess the one word.
Well, if anybody else is playing Wordle, talk to Hudson over there because he just tried.
I won't spoil it for you, although I do know the answer.
Hudson, Nikki,
The Riot.
on Radio U.
Who remembers Oreo Cakesters?
Do you think we remember them?
I remember them.
You do? Was it just like the soft version of the Oreos?
Yeah, kind of like
a cake pop at the inside?
A moon pie, maybe? Is that what a moon pie is?
Well,
a
we have
whoopie
those.
pie?
A whoopie pie? I think more like a whoopie pie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because moon pies are with that graham crackery thing, and they're not very good.
I think it's like a whoopie pie.
Whoopie pie, that's what we're thinking of. It is, I mean, it's Oreo. It's just, Oreos, cream, and the chocolate cookies. So instead of the chocolate cookies, it is chocolate cake. And it's very moist. And it's actually, they were quite good, if I remember.
The Oreo Cakesters came back in 2007. And they were discontinued a few years after they debuted.
And I think, if I remember right, they would come in a little 2-pack. Like you could get them by the cash register. So they're bringing them back. Oreo Cakesters are returning, and what better way to bring back something from 2007 than by uniting with Blockbuster to do it?
I think this is a clever idea. It's only with the last Blockbuster that's in Oregon.
Yeah.
And they did a really big overhaul with like a lot of the, there's a physical Blockbuster store. So they did Cakester-themed movie posters and... Would that be a VHS, like a tape thing?
Yeah, you're right. It does look like VHS.
So
but,
it's the packaging for like movies.
I mean, in 2007, people were using DVDs, weren't we?
Oh, I think they're just going real retro.
Yeah,
with the feel.
they're pick a time frame, guys. Get consistent here.
There's movie posters.
Because the sign even says
stuff.
it's 2007 all over again. And yet they're doing VHS. You know what? We'll let that slide. I don't need to have too much attention to detail.
Maybe the VHS was cheaper than doing the DVD boxes.
Well, at the end of the day, we're not going to Oregon to go to the last Blockbuster. But what we can do is go to our local grocer and buy some Oreo Cakesters because they are launching them nationwide again.
Yeah, they're out starting this week. I don't know if it's like a forever thing, but that's how they were promoting the Oreo Cakesters are returning at least for now.
As long as people keep eating them.
Then I guess, as long as they can still make them.
Yeah. And you know what? They also have the new Oreo flavors out at this time, I think.
Which ones are the new ones?
Oh, don't... Well, you can't be asking a question like that. I just know I saw the things about them, and I know we already talked about them.
Oh, okay. Remember, there's one that's toffee, because that's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
And that one's like a totally new flavor that's staying around.
And they have the extra stuffed thins I saw. So we got some Oreo stuff to try.
Let me see. One more. Toffee Crunch and Ultimate Chocolate Flavor Cream Oreos.
All right.
That's the two ones we should start looking for. And then I guess now...
And the Cakesters.
If you never had a Cakester, those are out too.
So you don't remember the Cakesters?
I don't.
Oh, we're going to have to jog your memory.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Yesterday, the trailer for Bel-Air dropped. Bel-Air is the dramatic reimagining, and that's their words.
Yeah.
Of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Of course, the classic sitcom. Was that the 80s or the 90s or both?
I can look that one up.
Were you a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I feel like I watched it, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and
watch the reruns on Nick at Night or something.
Make our way through it again.
Isaiah, you are our resident Will Smith apologist.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right. You like
must,
Will Smith.
That's why I brought him in for this. You think I just wanted Isaiah to come in and talk just for
I know,
fun?
right?
It was from
no, there's a reason behind everything.
The show was from 1990.
Okay, so Isaiah, you're a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah, I like the show. I watched a lot of the show.
Have you seen them all?
I don't know if I've seen them all, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's been so long since I've watched any of them, but I
All right.
assume I've watched a good majority of them.
Okay, so you're a Will Smith fan. You like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Wait, you've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen the Fresh Prince, and I'm not much a fan. I don't hate it. Just never wasn't my thing.
But you're also not a Will Smith fan anymore.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
but that was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was before I was anti-Will Smith, before he made a bunch of bad movies.
Sure.
I understand. You know what? I understand the appeal of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and of Will Smith in such show.
So
What I don't understand is the appeal of Bel-Air after seeing this trailer.
So Peacock has done the reimagining in a dramatic way, and Will Smith is not in it, but he's like a producer or something with it.
he is
So
involved.
he's a part of it.
Not, I'm sure. Eventually in the show, I'm gonna guess cameo is made.
I think if it does not well enough,
Yeah.
like maybe not the first season, but maybe the second season, because
Yeah.
then they'll try to drum up more support for it.
Yeah. So thoughts? Anybody?
Isaiah?
I think it looks like trash. Like, there's no chance I'm going to watch a single episode of this at
Do you
all.
think it's because it's Peacock? Like each streaming service has its own style of things,
Yeah.
and I just haven't been able to grab onto anything from Peacock.
I don't know if it's a
Any NBC show is
what
not
do you
my
think?
thing.
What do you
I
think?
just think it's so far. It feels so far away from like the original, like
Yes.
Fresh Prince. Like that was like such a comedic, fun show with like Will Smith. This like there was no single comedy in the entire trailer, which to me just doesn't really. Yet again, just doesn't really do anything for me. I don't know. Just it feels so far removed from the actual show.
Yeah. I feel the exact same way. I just when you think of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you think fun, if nothing else. And there's nothing about this that seems fun. It almost seems like it's going to be a chore to, like you're going to have to struggle through to actually watch it. And it may be, I mean, it looks like it's well funded. It looks like it's well done, but that doesn't mean it's good, though.
Sure.
Like you can put a lot of effort and money behind something. It doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Are you saying its inside is empty?
Or really like interesting? So I don't know who is asking for. You could bring back the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and make it a comedy like the original,
Well,
and I think
that's-
that'd be a lot of fun for people.
I thought that's what they were supposed to do with a tiny bit of drama added to it, but they just went all drama.
Yeah.
This is all drama.
So they're doing 3 episodes that air first on February 13th, and then the rest of the episodes will come out weekly afterwards. So that's going to be on Peacock.
Do you pay attention to the details? Is this the Peacock that you have to pay for? It's not the free version, is it?
It does not say.
Maybe it's probably one of those things where you can watch the first 3 for free or something like
Yeah,
that, and then they
maybe.
try to hook you in, which is not going to work. I will say though, okay, here's my caveat to all this. I don't understand the appeal. I don't know who is asking for this, whatever. However, it has the feel of a dramatic Tyler Perry movie, and for some reason, those just keep getting made. People keep seeing. It's not like everybody goes and sees the dramatic Tyler Perry movie, but enough people go and see it for it to make money.
Sure.
And for them to keep making more of them. This could totally be that.
Well,
I don't know.
We
I
didn't
don't
catch. It's coming out on February 13th, which is
Oh.
interesting because that is the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh!
The Super
What?
Bowl is
Is
coming
that
out.
no way?
Wow.
That's
So,
crazy.
is the Super Bowl on NBC?
No. Quit asking questions.
Because if the Super Bowl is on NBC and you're going to get commercials for like promotion for the Bel-Air thing that's on Peacock, you can only
Yeah.
watch it on like that's a great time. So it has to be, right? It has to be.
Let's-
Otherwise, why launch it on that day?
Let's see. Well, yeah, it'll be televised on NBC.
There we go. So
That's
I can
it.
already tell you what we're going to see so many ads for, so much promotion, what Al Michaels going to keep busting in the middle of it. And don't forget to check
Bel-Air.
out Bel-Air on Peacock Plus.
Well,
Yeah.
remember,
It's a horrible Al Michaels impression, too. He
it's all
deserves
about
better than
the
that.
drama now. So
Yes.
it's not a comedy. It's a
Very
drama.
dramatic.
Man, well, something to look forward to, I guess.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, you know something I don't know about you?
What?
I don't know. Do you do a lot of cooking?
I do.
You
I
do?
I don't we don't go deep, all right, everybody?
Yeah.
So if I could get something that I assemble or I cook and some of the prep work is done.
Yeah.
But I don't go
You ever do those subscription boxes?
I did a couple
like
of
the
times.
Hello Fresh or something?
I did. It was fun.
Yeah?
But then
Is that your level?
sometimes my issue is I'll have everything like food-wise.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, but I'd like to eat out.
Yeah, right? Because I hear you talk more about eating out. I think I hear you talk more about Eric doing smoking than I hear about you actually doing the cooking yourself.
No, I do most, and we do cook most dinners.
Oh, yeah?
So if you think I DoorDash everything, that's a lie.
Well, we're going to have to scrap all those liners
And
then.
sometimes I just make him go pick it up. But I don't mind cooking.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, I have a survey here that finds out what people struggle to cook that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
So they've asked 2,000 American adults, like seemingly easy foods that they struggle to cook. Now, first of all, I'd like to say 71% of people consider themselves natural-born cooks.
That seems a bit high.
That's way high. I'll tell you, as somebody who likes to eat, 71% of you are not natural-born cooks.
You might think you are, but you're not.
Yeah, but also 83% of those who mess up easy dishes confess that it makes them feel like a failed chef.
Aww.
So if you screw one of these up, you might feel like a failure, but you know what? You don't have to feel like a failure, because a lot of people are just like you, screwing up.
Not alone.
So the number one dish that people that seems to be easy that people still struggled with, pancakes.
No, I agree with that.
Really?
I hate it because Eric just will tell me, like, look for it to bubble in the middle. Don't care. I get the timing off. I absolutely
You do?
I hate making pancakes.
Really? I always thought pancakes was one of the easier things to make, especially because you just buy it out of the Bisquick box or whatever. It's just literally water and the stuff you mix up, and then I like them doughy, so it's like, oh no, I undercooked it. It's still delicious, yeah.
I have trouble with it, and sometimes I'll make it like it's either too watery or not enough liquid.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's easier, but
you just keep adding water or adding the powder until all of a sudden you've used the whole box.
And then you've got a lot of pancakes.
Yeah, you got a lot of, you just freeze them. You know what? You just freeze them.
The second one, I'm cool with eggs. They say 36% of people have trouble. I can do eggs any style.
Way?
I'm good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
See, I think eggs are one of the hard things to nail. Like they seem simple enough, and scrambled eggs, which seem like the easiest, simplest thing to do with eggs, I think they can actually, you can mess up a scrambled egg.
You could.
Not all scrambled eggs are created equal.
Now, third is pasta. I kind of agree, because if you ever get into the alternative pastas, like this one's like the black bean or the red lentil.
Oh, okay. Nope, never got into that. What a surprise.
Those I can mess up.
Yeah?
Because it'll get too like sticky, or it's
I don't
not
know.
soft enough.
It says 35% of people mess up pasta. I don't think 35% of people are using the red lentil pasta.
No.
So somehow they're just messing up like egg noodles or tortellini or whatever, which that's pretty hard to do. That is one of the most that's macaroni. How can you mess up macaroni?
It's easier than you think.
Yeah. Then mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes, both around 30%. And I don't know, mashed potatoes are the ones that seem easy, but it's actually more work than you think. Mm-hmm. You know, you actually have to mash them up. You have to make sure you cut them right. That's a big one. Cutting them uniformly.
I don't think I like this list because there's quite a few things that I struggle with. Not mashed potatoes. I can do that. But I don't like making baked potatoes because they take way longer.
Well, they just take too long. Yeah. But sometimes you just put a baked potato in the oven, even when you don't want one, because you're like, yeah, maybe an hour from now I might be hungry. Who knows?
No, we put it in the air fryer the other day, and it makes it really crispy on the outside. So that's actually
an idea.
That's better. But don't feel bad especially if you cook by yourself. And these are a lot of basic things that a lot of people make. The struggle can be there.
You gotta learn, and I cannot stress enough the importance of YouTube videos, especially when it comes to eggs. They've helped me make great strides.
Who's the one chef that yells at everybody?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yes, he has one on scrambled eggs. That's like the go-to how to actually scramble eggs, and you can feel the anger through the video.
He just
has that style.
Yeah, but then you watch him, and I don't know if you've ever seen him on TikTok where he's making fun of other people cooking.
I've seen those,
and then that makes me feel like so much pressure. Then it makes me not want to cook. I'm like, I don't even. If Gordon Ramsay saw this right now,
he would
have some really choice words that we can't say on the radio. So I'm not, I don't even want to cook anymore.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Isaia, what?
That's how you introduced me in.
Yeah.
Well, you come in and you said you had something to say or you have a question or something.
Yeah, so I have a question for the listeners because I am going through something right now that I have never gone through in my life, and it's really gone on for the past couple of months now. It's this weird thing.
Is it still your sore throat?
No, it's not my sore throat. It's even worse. I don't know why this is. I don't know if it's the shoes I'm wearing. I got new socks, but my feet have this terrible odor as of like the last 4 months. And I literally don't know what the problem is. Like I wash my shoes, I do everything I can, and I don't know what the deal is. I wash my feet, my life hasn't changed, my lifestyle is the same, but my feet smell so much worse than they ever have in my life since I started working at RadioU.
It's Radio
And so I don't know if it's
huh?
you guys or what the deal is, but it smells bad.
So wait, okay. So it's not like you don't think it's the shoes that you're wearing.
See, I don't know if it is or not.
Do you change your shoes every day?
I changed shoes out. Like I've had a couple different pairs of shoes, but they all smell the exact same, and they all don't smell good.
Do you wash your shoes?
Yes, I do. And the worst part is one of the pairs I washed. And even after I washed, it was like, throw it away. Just throw them away.
No.
So I just threw them away.
Now, you also started working out
Yeah.
more that you work
that
here
could
at
be it.
Radio
That's
U.
true.
So I think...
Were you working out before?
Yes, I was working out before, but I would say more frequently. But still, I don't know. I don't know. There's something going on. I don't know what it is, but I need help. Like I need something like put in the shoe. I don't know. I need something.
Wait a minute.
To make it better.
Okay. You started working at Radio U, and when
I
you
don't
came
think
here,
it's us.
No, I don't think so either. I'm writing that off. Not even giving that the time of day. When you started working at Radio U, you moved here.
Yes.
So you must have started coming to a new gym. Have
Yeah.
you gone to the same gym pretty consistently?
Oh yeah.
So maybe the gym has got a stinky floor or something.
It could. I don't know. It's just
You
so.
think that could
it's
be
just
it?
so odd. It's
Maybe
so odd.
I think you sweat in your feet.
I do.
So I think that's probably a problem area, and you're just not dealing with it.
What do you mean dealing with it? Like, how do I deal with that? Like, Hudson, you
Gold
don't have this.
bond,
Do you not have the same
odor?
issue?
No, not really.
Oh,
I don't know. You want
gosh.
to smell my shoe real
I
quick?
think we
and
need to
see?
do this. I think we need to do
Yeah,
a
you want to have a shoe
comparison.
smell?
You guys
Nikki
do that.
looks excited.
I want to say yes to smelling each other's shoes.
I'll smell my own. I'll give it an honest assessment. You
Is
want?
it like
Yes.
so bad to where you feel like you smell it even if you're not taking your feet out of your shoes?
Oh yeah, for sure.
See-
and then that's the other thing. It's like if I'm sitting here, and it's not every day. It's like every now and then.
You
I'm
just
like,
smell it?
I'm like I can smell it. I'm like, why can I smell my own feet? It's 6 a.m. in the morning. I haven't done
Yeah.
anything today.
See, that's
I
a
haven't
problem.
done anything.
Then it's your shoes. You got to get new shoes.
I have to get new shoes, but I
I think it could be the socks.
You think it could be the socks?
It could be the socks. When's the last time you got new socks?
Ooh, like I don't know, like Christmas ago.
Well, that's
What?
no, that's
What?
fine.
But yeah, that
You
know,
haven't replaced your socks in over a year now.
Yeah, I've been wearing the same ones, but I wash them.
Well, yeah, but like after 6 months, like it starts to get baked in.
No.
That's a lot of sweat they've absorbed. Come
But
on.
you just wash them and they're like a new. I think.
No,
I
I don't
hope
know.
maybe
I don't
it is. I don't
know.
know. Maybe I need new socks. I don't
All right,
know.
here's what I think.
Well, smell your shoe, Hudson. You're fine.
Actually, I mean, it has a shoe smell, but it's not like stinky. You want to sniff?
Bring it over.
Yeah. See?
Get real
Compare. Is
That
it?
smells fine.
Yeah. Yes.
That
Yes,
smells
this is a
totally
huge
fine.
victory for me.
I don't even know if I can even.
I'm so
I can't
proud.
even know if I can even smell mine. It
So
smells so
proud
bad.
that my
Well,
feet
then-
don't smell bad.
Okay, Hudson, smell his
Yeah,
shoe.
smell my shoe now,
right.
Hudson. Let me smell mine first, so I know it smells
Is
like.
today a bad day?
Yep, there it is. That's the smell. Smell
no.
that.
Get in there.
I don't smell anything.
What?
I mean, no, you know what? If you dig in deeper,
There's there.
it's not
there.
like
there.
a strong smell though.
See, now that's the smell that I smell every day.
But you smell that constantly, so
smell-
maybe your nose is more attuned to
Maybe
it.
it is, and also
Wait a
I'm
minute.
like, can people
No.
around me smell it?
Guys, every
Okay,
time
no,
we talk
we
about
can't.
what Isaiah has going on, it gets down to then people are like, does he have COVID?
Yeah, right.
Oh, here we go.
But now he has like the super strong sense of smell, so he couldn't possibly,
He
right?
could have already had it.
Or he has the reverse variant of COVID that makes you smell
makes sense.
everything so strong.
You know, if someone sweats a lot, like in their armpits, you can get Botox there. Maybe you can get shots for your feet.
See, and that's the thing. I've never been much of a sweater either. I'm not like a profuse sweater, and so that's why I've never really had bad smelling feet.
Yeah.
But I always think now, it's in the back of my head. I'm like, can the people around me smell it?
Smell
Like,
it?
do they think that I smell bad? Which is like my biggest fear. Like, there's no fear worse than that.
you don't take your shoes off while you're at work, do you?
No chance.
Because here's
no.
what the thing that happens to me, I don't smell my feet normally. Like, I don't smell my shoes. I don't have a stinky feet smell. But if I take my shoes off and I'm wearing just socks, because
You're
sometimes my
aware.
feet are, then all of a sudden you become aware of it. So I don't know. But I guess that if you don't take your shoes off, that doesn't apply to you. But maybe it's just something about the environment that you're now able to smell the smell that was always there. You think that could be it?
I think we need some home remedies.
Yeah.
So feel free to let him know as long as it doesn't affect us and our work environment.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you guys don't smell it, I don't care.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
The situation is Isaia is self-conscious about the way his feet smell. And maybe not even his feet, more his socks and shoes. And he's concerned we're all smelling it. I told him, I don't think I've ever noticed.
Never noticed?
I think it's more of a deal in his own mind than it is for us.
I'm worried that we're not going to fix it because we're not supposed to be as close to each other still.
Yeah.
We're still supposed to be a little bit of a distance. So I don't know if we're close enough to smell the problem.
That's true.
If there is one.
But people have opinions on what to do. Apparently, we have a lot of listeners with stinky feet.
Well, quite a few listeners, I'll go through some of them.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them message that maybe you do have a infection in your nose and you're smelling it and not your feet if no one else can smell it but you.
Actually, that could add up. You've got your nose has an infection, and that's what has affected your throat for so long. There could be something stuck up there.
In my nose, you think?
Yeah, like
maybe it's a sock.
No, yeah.
There's been like people that
might have to look up there.
What was that guy that had the tooth growing in his nose?
Oh, geez.
Remember that?
Don't
Like
even
you
put
could have
that
something
on
like
me.
that. Something like
Dude,
that.
we made it way worse. You're like, I think it's just my sock smell.
It's funny, too, because this was supposed to be like one of those, like a one-segment thing where it's just like, my feet kind of smell, and I go back to my studio, and you guys are like, actually, we want to keep talking about it. I'm like, well, this is really one of those
You
things that
should have known better,
we
Isaiah.
don't have to talk about for that long.
Well,
You're going to be smelly feet guy now. We're going to have liners about it and everything.
You're going to be worried when you hear all these. So Carl says, welcome to getting old, Isaiah. Next thing that'll start hurting is the rest of you, and you'll wonder why your tummy is upset.
Oh, yeah.
Carl, he's only 23. So
I got time.
Yeah, right.
Lisa says it could be bacteria. So when you wash your shoes and socks, try like a Lysol laundry or bleach.
Ooh, some bleach. Just kind of toss that in there, I guess. Well, it won't ruin it.
Well, no, you'll be fine. It'll just
okay.
take the color off your shoes.
Well, my shoes are mainly
Those ones
white.
are
So yeah,
white,
they're
yeah,
white, so it's okay.
Mike sent us a link to a powder that you can put in. Aaron says if Isaiah goes home and you smell your clean socks and they still faintly smell like that odor, then you know it's your socks and you need to like wash them more.
Oh, that's a
Or
good
get new
idea.
ones.
That's a good idea.
I really think it might be the socks. That's all I have to say. I think it might be the socks.
No, I think it could be the socks.
Yeah.
I even think it might be. I think it's either the socks or my insoles. I don't know which one it is.
And then Dee said, if your shoes have that smell, though, you might still want to see a doctor because maybe your feet have an infection.
Oh, no. See, all these doctor things. You guys know I don't like going to the doctor. You should just be like, well, maybe try this at home first, Just put the powder on there.
And how about, in honor of the late John Madden, you just get, boom, tough actin' Tinactin. Give that a try.
Let's see. Justin says maybe it is your dog, Jim. Jim
Oh.
is Isaiah's dog, and maybe he uses your shoes as the bathroom.
I talked about that, too. He could just be peeing in my shoes every night, and I would have no idea.
We can't blame Jim for all of Isaiah's problems.
A lot of them.
Not
a
all
lot
of
of them we can
Not
put under
all
his
of them.
category.
Well, I'll leave you with David's text message. Says you mentioned right around the time you started your job here at Radio U. Says with your new job at Radio U as the producer, it's probably brought new stress, and stinky feet is sweat stress with that.
Ooh, that makes sense. So you
Maybe.
guys are
Yep.
the actual issue. You guys are stressing me
No,
out.
it's still your body
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Right.
No, but it just kind of seems like it's this whole new job thing. Maybe you guys just think about maybe how can we make Isaiah less stressed?
When
you
you came to Radio U, it's just a much larger audience. So we
Oh,
have
yeah.
a lot of fans that listen to the show. So, that's a lot of pressure on you.
Oh,
We
it's so much
understand. We
pressure.
understand. So if that makes your feet sweat more and that sweat is permeating into your socks permanently, we're not going to do anything to help you. We're not going to compensate you for that. But we are offering
you
a
do get a
solution
day
that you get
off.
new socks. It's
Okay.
like $6. You go get a pair of new socks. Boom.
Well,
you're
welcome
good.
to Text Isaiah any of your thoughts, but I think you need to go home and smell your other socks.
Yeah, everyone's texting in I don't have this issue, but I know someone who does. I'm like, well, I'm sure I'm not the only one now.
Everyone has a
welcome.
friend with foot odor suddenly.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're all talking about it for some reason.
Yeah,
You can
something they
text-
share all the time.
877 to Radio U, and then that way he'll see any of your ideas.
All right.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.